Welcome, welcome, welcome to the celebration party. We talked about throwing confetti. She got some. Jessica got some.
Oh, you found it.
We made it!
Yay.
My daughter and I made confetti 25 minutes ago out of construction paper.
Oh, that's so awesome. I thought about it,
all,
but it's
all
a
over
mess.
my laptop.
I thought about putting streamers. And so I realized that when I started saying that it was a launch party, I thought, well, that's kind of interesting because usually you think of launch parties for, usually when we think of launch parties, we think of, I don't know, I do, book launches, and it's officially when something starts. So like the book is about to come out, right? But we are launching registration for the Online Writers Retreat because we're going to have early registration going for a month. And we're going to have some special discounts, and we wanted to just have a place where we could also share the details about what's going on and answer any questions. And then I want to hear from you, maybe with some things that you're excited about or some ideas that you have, so we can get beyond just the great minds of the three of us. I'll say at least Tammy and Jessica. This is Jessica's original idea for this retreat. So I wanted to just share for a couple minutes each. I'm going to let Jessica start first with what she's excited about for this retreat and just a little bit of her heart behind it. Go ahead, Jessica.
Okay, so yeah, I think we were in a Zoom fellowship call, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun just to have a retreat where the focus is on writing? And it got to be thinking, I mean, I've been to lots of conferences, not necessarily writing conferences. I've only been to one writing conference, which was amazing. But it was not as encouraging as I hoped it would be, to be really honest. I just felt more like isolated, more like an island. I'm like, okay, so I have all this great information. What am I supposed to do with it now? And so when we were talking, there's that seed of an idea about having a retreat where we can get away to actually do the craft of writing, that we can maybe bust through some of those obstacles that prevent us from actually sitting down to do it. Because I don't know about you, but I'm a information junkie. I like information. I think I'm a photographer, and I think I spent 2 years reading about photography and thinking, oh, I can do this in my head. And then I would go and practice and be like, okay, that's not quite right. I didn't really start improving my craft of photography until I actually started practicing it. And so just this retreat to have an opportunity for us to yes, have some encouragement, some busting through some obstacles, but then also time to practice the writing. And so that's where my heart came, and that's where the idea was kind of birthed from, is that let's have the practice of writing, not just here's more information about writing. So that's it.
Yeah, so when we first started talking about it, we thought, well, we could do some teaching things, like we've done the Zoom calls once a month and had some training and bring different people in, and maybe that's something that we'll do in the future. But timing-wise, being January, and we really just all kind of felt the stirring in our spirits that we just wanted something that offered more refreshment and a retreat feeling. And so I'm listening to a book right now called Invitation to Retreat, and it just kind of reminds me, the same thought that I was having is, you go to these places and you get so busy, kind of like Jessica's saying, you don't necessarily have the time to practice, but you also feel kind of rushed and overwhelmed at the end. And, if we did something in the future that was more training oriented, it could be similar, but it would be online still. I honestly just don't have the bandwidth or the mental fortitude to manage something that's actually in person, at least right now. And I like this idea, but we wanted it to be something where there was space to breathe, space to get away and have quiet, space to really spend time with God on some of the obstacles that we face as writers. And so part of what's going to happen, there's going to be some teaching I'll talk about in a minute, how the flow is going to go, but space to process that. And so one of the things that's going to be really important as you decide where you want to go is to keep in mind that you have a space for quiet. So even if you're joining somebody else in their house or something, that you have space where you can at least keep your, put earplugs in or something, so that you have quiet for your brain and your soul to really just sit in the presence of God. Tammy, why don't you share a couple of things that you're excited about for this? You'll have to unmute.
I'm excited to just to have space that's not with distractions, because I feel like writing, we have these continuous distractions of social media and the noise around us in our homes, our families, unless you do have a private space and office to go to. And so I'm just excited to provide a space that is designated just for writing, without the noise, without the distractions, without worrying about stopping to go fix lunch for the children or to go dump another bowl of goldfish or whatever for your kids. And that's really what I'm excited about, just to be able to curate that space for others as well as for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a thought, and it just totally disappeared. Oh, well, that happens. Jessica, did you have anything else that you wanted to say?
No, I just love, Tammy, your phrase about curating space. I mean, we're encouraged as writers to curate content, but curating space, I think, is something that I have a tendency to push down, to make that be like the last thing on the list. But really, as word crafters and as breathers of life through words, we have to curate space for ourselves, for our hearts, for our minds, to breathe, so that those words can come to life. So I love that concept of curating space. And I don't know about anybody else, but I am a victim of great intentions, but very poor follow through. I mean, I intend to do so much, and actually I just don't. And so I'm excited for this retreat, because we're going to be able to do both. We're going to be able to encourage one another and be encouraged, and yet have that curated space for us to create. So I'm excited.
Yay. After we run through this, I want to hear from some of you guys what you were excited about as well. So, all right, I am going to go through the schedule first, this kind of information about the schedule. And we'll be posting a link soon that's going to show you, it'll have the schedule on it. And I'm going to tell you right now, the retreat landing page that I designed for you is having some glitches. It seems to be with the theme. I had my web guy look at it, and I can't figure out what some of the things are going on. So basically, if you load the link and it seems like something's missing or jacked up a little bit, it probably is. Just refresh, try a different browser. There's going to be a trouble ticket in. I don't know what it's going to take, but most of the information is pretty much there. I just probably will tweak some things to make it look a little bit nicer later. So basically, we wanted to make sure that we had something that was flexible so that we have the space that we talked about, and also something that could work with people across the nation. And even more than the United States of America, right? We have 4 different time zones alone here. And so doing an online retreat with some kind of a schedule is a little bit challenging, just kind of making sure that we have opportunities to gather that are going to work for different people in different time zones, okay? So we want to make sure that it's flexible. We have a guideline for your schedule, which includes a combination of pre-recorded content and also time for fellowship. That's going to be a little bit flexible for you as well. So you'll go into it with a guideline that has time slots for you to watch the pre-recorded content. But if you're running late, or you have to go get some food, or something happens, you have the flexibility that it doesn't have to be at that specific time. We're giving you that guideline so that you can follow the schedule and have some structure in place for the weekend, okay? And then when it comes to, so there'll be a welcome video and kind of encouraging you guys to just let down and welcoming you into that space, and kind of a process to just really let down and rest. And then the teaching videos, there will be, so Friday's going to start at noon. So keep in mind when I say these time frames that there's a lot of space and flexibility in them, because otherwise it's going to sound really long. Friday is 12 to 9 Central Time-ish, and I'll explain that in a minute. And the other day is 9 to 9. But that's not full of activity or content. So you'll start off with a schedule for the welcome information, and then you'll be given some guidance after the different sessions. There'll be one main session on Friday and two main teaching sessions on Saturday, one in the morning and then one in the afternoon. And both Jessica and I are going to be doing some teaching, and Tammy is also going to be doing some guiding people through scripture and kind of opening the time up. And then you'll have the teaching videos. Total, maybe about an hour of content there. And then you'll be encouraged to use a tool that I created called Unleash Heart and Soul Care Sheets. If you haven't heard of the tool before, it's basically there's a PDF download, and you will, which we're going to give away a copy. So you guys hang tight. I want to give away a copy later. I have mine printed out. It's a PDF in a binder like this, and there is a couple of different worksheets in there. I'm actually going to create a third one that should be done before the retreat, that anybody who purchases at any time will get the third one by that time. But they're different layouts because they work better for different people. And it helps you process the thoughts that you're having, the feelings that you have, making space to hear from God and just responding to what you notice. If it seems ridiculous even, you still take time to kind of notice, and that helps us practice the presence of God, practice hearing from Him. And then there's other steps that are part of it. We're going to fine-tune that Unleash process with the obstacles that we talk about in the teaching for each of these key sessions, 1, 2, and 3. And so we're going to talk about different types of obstacles in each of those sessions, and then you'll do some work with the Unleash tool. Okay. Then there's going to be fellowship time. Now, when I list the schedule out, of course, I'm setting it as Central Time, and I realize that you guys are all over the place. You are West Coast, East Coast, all over the place, right? So you'll look at the schedule, and 12 o'clock can be 12 o'clock your time. But when it comes to the fellowship, this can be a little bit confusing, and I'll do the best that I can to keep explaining it as I need to. But the fellowship time zones are 6 to 9 Central Time. But so you're going to need to look at your time zone and adjust it to that. So my suggestion is you plan to come in for about an hour. What we want to do is we want to make space to have fellowship with other people, but it's also a little bit tricky depending on how many people we have. We want everyone to have an opportunity to engage and talk. So we might have to have a couple of different Zoom rooms, different Zoom links that we send out to people. We'll determine that later depending on how many people register for this. But if we stagger the time and you plan for about an hour, so 6 o'clock my time might be 4 o'clock your time on the far West Coast. Well, that might be too early. If you started at noon and then you started with the teaching sessions and then you're going into a writing time, you may not want to join us then. You might want to join later, which is closer to 8 to 9 my time. So we're going to have leaders available from 6 to 9 Central Time, and then you'll adjust and come into that room with whatever works for you. And if it's 5:30 your time to 6:30, as long as it's in that 6 to 9 Central Time window. So I'm sorry if that's confusing. I'm doing the best that I can to try to make it manageable for all the different time zones. But I'll keep talking about how that's going to work, and we'll share some more details definitely for people who register. Okay. So the registration page, Tammy, would you go ahead and put the link in for the registration page? On that page, you get the registration link. There's a highlight for each of us as leaders, and then there's a section in there that has tabs. And so if you're not used to using this on a website, it's going to look like a box, and it has 3 different tabs right now. So the main tab is the schedule, and that's highlighted there. And then there's a tab for how it works and a tab for using Zoom. I may add some more tabs. We had a lot of glitches and things working on the site, but I want to make sure that that box has a lot of the information that you're going to be looking for that will help you in the retreat itself. So the schedule is there, how it works with Zoom, what you need to kind of watch out for, and then what I just talked about with the flexibility in the schedule is on that page, hopefully, if it saved when I updated it last. So just click on the different tabs for the information that you need. And we'll also send that out via email later to all the registrants. So we want to make sure that you guys have all the tips. So basically the pre-recorded sessions are going to be webinars. So registrants will receive links to those to each of the seminars in advance. I believe they may not be available till a certain time. We're going to work out the details later, so I'm not even going to tell you because I don't want to confuse you. But they're going to be pre-recorded sessions in a webinar format that I have currently. They're just a video so that you can watch it in what works for you. And then we'll have the Zoom sessions. So you want to make sure that you have good Wi-Fi for sure. And early registration, okay. Registration it's $55 for the regular ticket price. Early registration is October 31st to November 30th. Tammy, if you want to put those dates in there for early registration. And early registration includes a discount of $10 from the retreat. And because we are going to be using the Unleashed sheets, the Unleashed sheets are not mandatory for the retreat. We really do want this to be something that's flexible for you. We are also going to have writing prompts after each session about obstacles. So you will have flexibility if you want to spend the time writing, if you feel like that's what God's really stirring in your heart. Don't necessarily do that because you feel burdened, like this is something you have to do. We want this to be a response to the Holy Spirit, invitation with God, right? And you have the opportunity to say yes or no to what you want to do. But I highly encourage the Unleashed sheets because it will help you process the things that we talk about and take it to a deeper level and experience God in that journey, which I think is going to increase the effectiveness of your time over the weekend. So early registrants will get a 20% off discount code. Now, this is a little bit of a challenge. So being that I don't have a team that I'm paying for people for a lot of things, I don't have all these automated things in place, I can't automate individual codes. So if you register early, you will get an email manually done by me with a unique code for the Unleashed tool. And I will do it as soon as possible for every person. You're just going to get a single email from me that has that code in it. That is your code, one-time use for Unleashed, because Unleashed is designed for one license per person, okay? It's going to be good through the end of early registration. So if you register on the last day, you need to use the code by the end of the last day of registration. So October 31st to November 30th. And we'll send some reminders out to people who are getting retreat news updates. Remind me, I'll bring that up later. I will provide an Unleashed discount of 10% to people who register between December 1st and January 10th. I'll send that information out later, but I'm not going to be able to handle any manual codes after January 10th. So when you register, if you haven't already purchased Unleashed, wait. I don't want you to miss out on the discount, okay? I will send that to you and what you need, and you're welcome to ask any questions. And as a side note and a benefit for people who do use the Unleashed tool, I have started a community. It has like 3 people in it right now, but there's other people who bought the tool. But I just started this community so that if you have questions on the tool, you're not sure what you're doing, you can go into that community and ask other people or me, and we have a place to share our experiences, anything that's not too personal, that you're willing to share, or questions that you have, ideas, suggestions. All of that is for the Unleashed community. Okay. Have I just drowned everybody with a fire hydrant yet? Are we doing all right, Jessica?
Yeah, no, I think I'm just going to quick summarize it.
Okay, good. Thank you.
We're starting Saturday or Friday at noon-ish. We're going to say, because we want this retreat to be flexible according to your schedule, and we understand that people are in different time zones. That being said, I think it would be an amazing, can you imagine what the move of the Holy Spirit could be if there were writers all over the United States? And I know we've got Lynn from over in England, and if we were just all responding and God was just moving, can you imagine? I just picture this amazing army just marching forward, in unison. And so I know the schedules that we want it to make it flexible, but we also, I think there can be, God is not bound by time or space like we are, and to know that He's working in all of us across so many different places, it just excites me. So, and I love the Zoom thing. So imagine this, 6 to 9, live visiting with people, that base it on your time zone. And so, if you are Pacific, and you want to hop on at 7, right? No, 8 your time would be 10 our time. So it'd have to be, sorry, now I'm confused.
Between 4 and 7.
Central time. Yeah, 4 and 7. So, or 6 and 8 or something like that. I know, it's all confusing. See, I thought I had it in my head. Now I don't. Never mind. So, but anyway, I'm excited. I think it'll be great. Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be good. So.
Okay, good. Oh, thank you for that. I really like the summary. Susan asked about the Unleash sheets and the code. So basically, what you're going to do is you're going to register, and then once you're registered, as soon as possible, I want to say within 24 hours, but life. I have to do this manually. So I have a stack of codes, and I'm going to manually email you after you're registered with your code. I will make sure that the subject line says Unleash Sheets coupon code in the subject line. If you do not receive it within a couple of days, message me, because it shouldn't take more than 2 days for me to get that out there. What were you going to say, Jessica?
So basically, the Unleash Sheets are an additional purchase if you choose. If you choose to do it, you get a discount of 20% off. So what will that discounted price be then with the discount?
Thank you. Because the Unleash Sheets sell for $35. So 20% off is $7, and 10% will be $3.50. So the coupon, it goes to early registrants between October 31st and November 30th. And then that coupon will be used on a different site. So I wish I could put that all together, but I can't.
That's okay. So basically, two separate sites. They'll go to the registration to register and pay for the retreat there, and then you'll be notified. You'll send out a code that would provide them with a 20% off discount, and they'll go to another site to make the Unleash sheet purchase. Okay, that's fantastic. Awesome.
Yes. And on that site, Unleash Sheets is going to look like a course. There's different videos and information there, and then the PDF downloads. And please, please, please ask me questions. I do not mind answering questions. In fact, I hope this works. I just bought another AppSumo deal called Live Agent, which hopefully will let me sync up Facebook Messenger from profile and pages and my emails and all these places that people message. I'm hoping that they can all connect in this one place, that I can actually not miss anything.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And like Jolene said, if you don't hear from her in a couple of days, just shoot her an email, or even me, and then I can let her know, or Tammy know, and we can make sure that you get the discount code that you need. So
definitely. Okay, so one thing that's kind of come up is I noticed a couple of people mentioning that they might offer it in their home and include other people in their home. So I think that's a fantastic idea. Keeping in mind that the retreat time frames are Friday 12 to 9 and Saturday 9 to 9. I'm actually positioning the entire retreat as Friday through Sunday, because I'm thinking of people being in hotel rooms. I'm not going to want to check out and then finish up somewhere else. Make space for the entire weekend, if at all possible, so that you get to enjoy that. And then Sunday, if you're done with the videos and everything, you get to just read or write or whatever God puts on your heart for that morning and relax and enjoy the time. If you miss some of the videos because you felt rushed or something came up, you have time to finish it on Sunday. Okay, so if you are going to be a host home and you have people coming in and out of your house throughout the weekend, or you want to have a big old slumber party for a good night or two, whatever works for you, we decided, so what we're going to do is the host would buy the main ticket, either early or later, whichever price it is at that time. And host attendees, people who come to the host home, can get a ticket for $25, but that is going to be a coupon code on the registration page for the retreat. And I will be providing that to hosts specifically. So again, it's kind of manual. But if you plan to host an event at your home, please contact me so that I can mark that down. And then let me know who is going to be contacting me that you might have as attendees, so that when they email me, and my email is for Rise Up Writers is Jolene@riseup.writers.com. they can email me. Actually, no, they won't email me. The host is going to manage this. So if you're the host, you're going to let me know that you're hosting and you have 3 attendees coming. And so I'll give you the coupon code and you give it to them, and I'll help you with that. One thought that I have is, again, this is a space for retreat, space for quiet and getting away. So if you are planning to host, make sure that you, please make sure that you're providing space for each person to have that quiet space for their soul. I understand not everybody's introverted like me. Me and my friends here. We want to have that fellowship time in person, which is fantastic. But it's really important that we also have the quiet time of solitude alone with God, or it doesn't give us that true retreat opportunity for our souls. Okay? If you guys have questions on that, absolutely let me know. Let's see. How are we doing on time? We're just a few minutes early, which is fantastic.
So basically, for groups, we're saying absolutely get a group together, but also make sure that there's quiet spaces for each person in your group to get away and do the work. That's what makes it a retreat. And then, I love that. 4 guest rooms, limit it to 4 other people. That's wonderful. Awesome. That's wonderful. Really, really good. And then the host needs to let you know that she's hosting a group, so that have the attendees wait to pay until the host has contacted you with their names or whatever.
And I'll send the code out.
Okay.
Yeah, and that code is going to be the same whether it's early or later. Definitely, it's always better to go earlier, but I don't want to mess with the time frames on that. It's just something that the host will manage. And my suggestion is, so if somebody's coming in as an attendee and they're not paying the full ticket price, that they can use the difference in money to help supplement food. Maybe you guys want to share some gifts or something, get creative, or just save the money, whatever works for other people. I don't want this to be a financial burden in any way. We are going to, giveaways. Oh my goodness. We also want to have fun and bless you guys in this time. So, let's see. We're having a giveaway throughout early registration. The giveaway page is live. Hopefully, the giveaway itself is working and live. Tammy will put the link in there for the giveaway page. We're giving away, 6 items, sign language 6. 6 items. I'm giving away, today I'm going to give away a copy of Unleashed, but I'm also giving away in this package a copy of Unleashed. And what else am I giving away? A set of my favorite pens, my absolute favorite pens. These are Ink Joy, and I like the finer point, 0.5 millimeter, 14 colors. It's a fantastic set of pens. I'm going to go grab the 3rd item because I forgot to get it. So Tammy, will you show your book and then also the retreat book that are part of the giveaway? Oh, she's got to go get it. So I guess I got back first. All right. If any of you guys have longed for a nice planner for any amount of time, I ended up with 2 this year. So you guys get one of them. Well, this retreat giveaway bundle is going to include this flagship planner from Day Designer. This is like a $60 planner, this alone. It's amazing. It's a daily planner. This is what I've used for years. It has a daily layout. Okay, so far we have Unleashed sheets, we have the pens, we have the planner. Tammy, go ahead.
I have a copy of my book, Mornings in the Word. It's a small devotional, daily devotional for about 31 days. Has just a little bit of my story with the wilderness, I call it. So they're meant to encourage and to equip you, hopefully, to go deeper in the Word. I love that.
Yes, love that. And then do you have the hard book, the hard copy retreat book?
I have a journal that's designed to go with it.
No, the one from Ruth Haley Barton.
I do have that.
Will you show that one? Because that is part of it as well.
So pretty.
This book is awesome too, y'all.
Yes. I got it on audio, but I want to get a hardcover copy as well. But I'm glad I have it on audio because I'm listening to it over and over again. And she talks about retreat, and it's a powerful book. She speaks my soul. It's beautiful. So we're going to give away a copy of that. And then we have one more book. I don't have a copy of it right now, but the author is going to autograph it and send it personally to the winner. I don't know if you guys know who Edie Milson is. She works with one of the big conferences. I should know this. I should have had this listed. But she wrote a book called Soul Care for When You're Weary. And her book, I believe, I haven't seen it yet. She's going to send me a copy. It has ideas for just sparking creativity and not necessarily just for writers, but in general, just soul care for when you're weary. So she's going to send a copy of that. That's 6 items, y'all, for the giveaway. Okay, so do we have the link in there yet? Tammy, did you put the link in?
I'll get it.
That's awesome.
So in that giveaway, the ways that you can enter are tweeting about it, following us on like Instagram, I think, and a couple of subscribing to the YouTube channel, which has some good videos there already. They were on my personal page, and over the summer when I broke everything off, I also separated and built a new YouTube channel, and we have like 4 subscribers. So subscribe, and you'll get some entries. And if you register early, you're going to get 20 extra entries.
Nice.
You're an early registrant. So all I need is you're going to have to answer a question with your email, and we'll make sure that you're verified as an early registrant, and that's 20 extra entries. And it goes all the way through early registration. So October 31st to November 30th. All right, okay. I'm going to pause. I'm going to turn my fan on. Did you have something to say, Jessica?
Sherry's just wondering if it's one giveaway with 6 items or 6 separate giveaways. And this is just one giveaway with 6 items, right?
Yep, this one is. Okay. So I have 2 giveaways today. Go ahead.
Nope. Go ahead. You were going to say what I was going to say, so that's awesome.
I have at least 2 giveaways today. Those 6 items, and those are separate. The 6 items are all going together as the giveaway bundle for early registration time frame. And then during the retreat, we're going to have a little fun there too. So we aren't going to say what kind of giveaways, but we're going to have a little bit of fun. Because that's why people have swag bags and all that stuff. We don't have any sponsors, but Edie did say that she'd provide a discount for her book, or she hoped that she could, so we'll find out about that later. We are novices at this.
Yeah.
Planning a retreat, but we're so excited that you guys are going to join us. Okay, I'm going to turn the fan on my computer. Does anybody have any questions? If you want to, we are recording. If you're comfortable with your presence being known on the public video that I'm going to upload to the YouTube channel later, then you can turn on your video and audio, or you can just put your question in the chat box, whatever works for you.
Awesome.
So just raise your hand and let us know that you want to have any questions or things. Even if you just want to tell us, hey, this is what I'm excited about. This has me thinking about going here or going there.
Or even answer the question, what are you hoping to accomplish at the retreat?
Yeah. And I would love to hear where some people are going to stay.
Yeah.
Because, shoot, if you've been eyeing a bed and breakfast that's 4 states away and you want to do that, you go. Or you could go to your friend's room, or you could get a hotel nearby. You get to decide how much you're going to spend on staying somewhere.
Yeah.
So, how about Tammy? Where's Tammy going to be?
Tammy is going to be here because we are empty nesters. So my husband will take the dog and they will go watch football at his sister's house. And so I will be here. I think I probably will make him take my phone because that's my biggest disruption. And,
yeah, that's a good point. We were talking about having a Facebook group during the retreat weekend, and we decided no. We're going to stay off of social media while we're having the retreats, but we do need Wi-Fi for the video opportunities. So,
okay, Sherry's wondering if she can make an invite to her place in Minnesota on a video.
If you would like to, because you're not going to.
Do you want to talk about that?
Address. Just tell us though. We just need you unmuted. Do you want me to do it for you? I got you.
All right, thank you. So no, I live in the Twin Cities area, and so if anybody is looking for a place and doesn't have the finances to get a B&B or anything like that, I do have room for 4. We are empty nesters, my husband does work here from home, but he's in another room. We had 5 kids, so we have 6 bedrooms. So, yeah, and I'll do some creative thinking about food and all of that stuff so that we can make it really, really easy, especially for me too. And lots of coffee, organic coffee. So, but I don't know local Rise Up Rider people. So that's why I want to be sure. I just thought maybe if I got on here and you could see my face and hear the invite, then look me up on Facebook, Sherry Johnson. So,
yeah.
Sherry with the C, Cheri.
I like that. Thank you so much, Sherry.
Yeah.
Good. I hope we get some good just connections through that. It sounds like a really fun time.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Okay, so we have Susan saying that she's going to register today. Creative space and time set aside to write sounds perfect. She's not sure where she's going to go. Marie's going to go to a hotel room. Dogs. Yeah, I totally get that. The noise in the home can just be a little bit too much, right? And what an excuse to go to a hotel room. I want to go to a hotel room. I might take Ronnie up on her offer and go spend the weekend with her because she has a lovely space. So I might be here. I might be there. I don't know yet. I might get a hotel room. Who knows?
We haven't talked about it. January seems like a long ways away. So, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have Wi-Fi out in my outside studio, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I could. There's no bathroom out there, so it's just for a couple hours at a time. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not that far from the Twin Cities, Sherry, so I might look into.
That'll be fun.
Touching base with you. Yeah. Oh. Great. I love it.
That'd be a lot of fun. Well, cool. Okay, so I don't think we have any questions. If you do have any, just chat and let us know that you'd like to ask us audio, or if you would like to put your question in there. Oh, good. I love girls are especially welcome. I love that. I love everybody just getting excited to register, and we wanted to put this out there soon enough because we know the holidays. Oh my goodness, everything just gets crazy, right? And then you're spending money on all the gifts, but maybe you have to wait to register, and maybe that's something that you ask for Christmas, or you have to wait to purchase the Unleashed sheets. So we wanted to give you that discount code past Christmas. So I hope that works out for you guys. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Is anybody else excited? At least just like, yes! Rise Up Writers thing and meet people across the nation. And I know it's not quite the same as meeting in person, but I think it's just going to give us so much room for our souls in this time because, if you're tired and you only want to be on that fellowship call for 10 minutes, be on that fellowship call for 10 minutes. And if you need more than an hour, I'm not going to say anything. If you need to be on there for a little bit longer, there's no judgment. Y'all get to pick, okay? So structure with flexibility. Okay, I'm going to close this out in prayer. And if you guys have any questions, please message me at the same email address or in the group, okay? If you guys aren't already in the Rise Up Writers group. Did you want to say something, Tammy? You got the book right there.
There's a quote as we've been working through some of the things and planning for the retreat that has really stuck to me the past few days, where she says, there has never been a time when the invitation to retreat is so radical and so relevant, so needed, and so welcome. So I thought that was just such a great closing thought as you think about and prepare to do something for yourself and for writing.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you. All right, let me go ahead and close in prayer.
Okay.
Dear Father, I thank you so much for every one of these precious women that gathered today, Lord, and every person who might join the retreat. Maybe there's some men out there that want to get away as well and just spend time with you, Lord, and deal with some of the obstacles, because we all have them, Father. The enemy is always coming at us. Our own experiences and beliefs in our soul can keep us hindered from doing the work that we know is inside of us to do. And we want to do it well. We want to honor you. And we also want to be able to just let it come out. And Father, I pray over this time, over the time for registration, that people would have the means to be able to work it out, Lord. And I can't wait to see pictures of the different retreat spaces that people find. And even if it's in their home and they just do something to make it special, putting candles out or something that makes it special. We thank you that you're a creative God, and you've given creative people to decide what's going to work best for them for that weekend, Father. And we just give this time over to you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, I have one last thing to say. I forgot to mention that after you register, there's also a pre-retreat checklist guideline that Jessica created. So if you want to just address that real quick, if you guys need to drop off, you can, but I want her at least to mention that because I forgot about it before.
No, that's all right. I thought I'm a really great idea maker, not a great follow througher. I have always started projects. I love the shininess of a new project. Following through has not been that's something I have to work for, right? And so I thought, well, we want to serve all of you in the retreat. And let's make this really easy to plan. So I created a little PDF, just download it, guide to just accommodation suggestions, prepping your atmosphere. I included a couple of links to a couple of playlists that really minister to my heart when I'm wanting to just have some prayer and worship time, and then some good, just great inspirational music for when I'm writing. So I've included a couple of links to that, to some playlists, and there's a recipe in there for scones. There's just something so fun about coffee and a fun little treat when you're writing. And I don't make it very often. So I included that for you guys to try. If you have any questions on how to make it, let me know. And just a way to just help you plan for the retreat smoothly. That's mostly all that it is. So just a thank you gift for registering. So,
yay! Okay, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, we're going to go ahead and close out this call. But I cannot wait to hang out with you guys in January. Okay. Take care.